ain't about the bad guy. It ain't about the good guy. It's about the guy that can entertain me tonight. Okay, they still need the good versus evil. Don't get me wrong. That's what's going to draw. But now it's mixed with entertainment, and that's what Rock does. He's a Hollywood movie star. He's an actor, man.
Look, while we're talking about that particular angle coming up at WrestleMania, it'll be Rock and Cody, Roman, and Seth Rollins. Let me ask you, The Rock cut a non-PG promo just recently on SmackDown and on social media, even a little bit more so you'll see there, because he really lets loose some of the social media posts that he's been doing. But he was kind of giving Cody hell about crying during his interview and with Michael Cole. And he said, "Oh, you're going to cry. Oh, poor
baby." These crybabies,
yeah. We'll cry, baby, and everything else. And he was kind of goofing around a little bit, but then he got serious towards the end. And using non-PG language during the promo, he did basically come out and say at the end, referencing Cody crying and the blood and the sweat, that he's going to hand a belt to Cody's mother, loaded with his sweat and blood, that The Rock and the bloodline will beat out of him. And he wants to present it to his mother ringside. That brings a lot of emotion, and people can understand that emotion, Teddy. Is that not right?
Well, that's a great promo, and I like it. And people must understand this, okay? Rock is an actor, okay? That's what Rock does, all right? So people got to quit taking everything serious. This is WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment. So this is Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen. And I mean, the more realer it is, the better it is. And that's, that. I like that. It's, like I said, it's real.
Bill, it seems to me like, a promo like that, I've seen as I grew up, those weren't unusual promos to hear the wrestlers say in the ring, really, because it brought that kind of emotion. They would say things that were just horrible, but we kind of got away from that. And now that we're stepping back into those waters again, do you feel that the audience today will take that kind of a edgier feel to Raw and the promos that are delivered on Raw or SmackDown?
I want to clear something up. Did Teddy say that The Rock is an Apter?
He's definitely not an Apter.
Oh, an actor. Oh, actor. Oh, okay. I got confused.
He's not family, Bill. No.
So here's what I thought when I watched The Rock and the language went awry. I thought to myself, I don't see anyone else in WWE at that point doing that, because they have a pretty strict PG rating on that show. And I understand a lot of the talent in the dressing room were surprised and going like, well, if he can do it, why can't we do it? I was a little, not put off, but surprised, because again, a lot of kids, it's a PG show, a lot of kids watch this show, and he and now Cody, coming back, using the terms like a-hole and a lot of that stuff. And it's almost like where the Attitude Era was, but I don't know what the censorship committee in WWE and the TV stations that they're running them on are really thinking about this. But the promos have been intense, and I've been thoroughly entertained. And what you asked Teddy, one thing that I want to bring up is now that Michelle Runnels is brought into this, and Cody also recently brought up Apter, The Rock's mother. It's bringing in that human interest that's making fans even more curious as to what's going to happen, because now it's general street talk. You're talking about my mama.
There's one problem I had with The Rock in the Rock concert of sorts that he did in Memphis at a recent SmackDown. My problem with The Rock right now is that he's coming across, I'm not sure who the heel is and who the face is, because The Rock is coming out and basically making everybody laugh, everybody chanting along with his liners and everything. He's supposed to be a damn heel.
But that was in Memphis. That was in Memphis, where like one of his hometowns. The fans.
But it happened on TV, so I mean, it's not like it was just a house show. It was on TV, so everybody saw it.
That's what I'm trying to get you to understand.
I knew this was going to happen.
I'll go back one more time. WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment. So it ain't about the bad guy. It ain't about the good guy. It's about the guy that can entertain me tonight. Okay, they still need the good versus evil. Don't get me wrong. That's what's going to draw. But now it's mixed with entertainment, and that's what Rock does. He's a Hollywood movie star. He's an actor, man.
But I mean, you got one of the biggest faces of the company being Cody Rhodes, and here's The Rock demoralizing this poor guy and people laughing at the jokes that he's talking about.
That's the only place he could do it. That's the only place he could have done it, in Memphis, because the crowd is with him in Memphis. It's like being in his hometown. There are a lot of look at the guys from Kevin Owens when he was a heel. The fans hated him, but when they did TV in Canada, he's the biggest baby face in the whole world. It's the same thing. Same thing
with Sami Zayn.
Right. Right now, Sami's the baby face, but when he was a heel and he was up in Canada, the fans loved him.
I don't know. I mean, I love The Rock and I loved what he did. So I was entertained. To your point, I was entertained. And I do like the fact that he did, after all the ha-ha stuff, he did bring it down to reality when he started talking about Cody's mom to end the promo. So at least he did break out of that ha-ha character and get into something serious. So it kind of worked. I just feel like at times Cody's taking a beating because The Rock is just so damn good. And Cody's, even his response to The Rock and The Rock concert and talking about Cody's mama, Cody came out and really didn't seem that all upset about it the other night, other than saying that The Rock had a problem with LDS. And
I disagree. I disagree with you 100%.
You don't think that The Rock suffers of LDS?
I think that was one of The Rock's best promos. I really do. I'm not The Rock. I'm sorry. Cody Rhodes' best promos. He didn't come into the ring and go, so what do you want to talk about? He started off slowly, and by the time it hit the crescendo of him calling The Rock an a-hole, everybody was with him. That was a very dramatic promo, in my opinion.
It was different, but it was, I mean, I don't know. I expected more fire out of Cody Rhodes in that promo. I really did. I just felt like he needed to be more aggressive towards the situation. And that's just me. Everybody's got different flavors of how they like to see wrestling, and mine was just, I prefer to see him come back.
Did you see it?
Well, I think if Cody had to come out with that real, mad, that killer instinct, I think that would have killed everything. I think, Cody came out and let Rock know, I know you're the man here tonight. You cut the best promo, but in the end, this is what it's going to be. I'm going to come out on top. So somebody needs to be settled right there. You know what I mean? So now you ain't got a whole bunch of bickering back and forth. But what I would have liked to see is when Cody called him the a-hole, Cody should have got right in his face and been nose to nose and then said that and just stood there, that sink right there, and then back right out.
And unfortunately, The Rock's not in the ring for that promo, so he's, it would have been better off face to face. I totally agree. I wish they had done it that way. The other thing that I find a little interesting, and again, I'm nitpicking. Go ahead, Teddy.
You know what I was going to say? If he wasn't there, what really would have been good is when Cody went to wherever Rock was, he could have found him. You know what I mean? Just step right out and went and found him, and then that would have been really real. Got right in his face.
All right,
I like what they did. I have no complaints. I thought it was.
I think what they did was fine. I'm nitpicking a little bit because I can see areas where it could have been a lot better. Just in my opinion.
Mac, it doesn't matter what you. I'm sorry.
I'm going to bring up one more thing and then we'll move on. Bill, during that promo in the ring with Cody Rhodes and with The Rock in the last couple of shows that they've done, I want you to kind of think about this. It seems like the feud is Cody Rhodes and The Rock, not Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns in the main event of night number 2. Does it seem like it's getting lost in the shuffle, or is that just me?
Great question. I think they're concentrating on The Rock because the Cody Rock promos have been so good, but everyone knows that The Rock is protecting Roman Reigns, and Cody's kind of got to get The Rock out of there, to the side to deal with Roman one-on-one. That's what I think.
Let me mention one more thing right before we get out of here, guys. WWE has announced a new documentary that's coming out on Bray Wyatt, narrated by The Undertaker. I'm looking forward to this because based on some of the stuff they've shown a lot of footage we've never seen, and it's such a good story about this guy. Bill, what were your thoughts when you heard about this new special coming out to Peacock?
Well, very pumped. I definitely want to see it. I hope it won't just be about the Bray Wyatt character. I hope it'll be about Husky Harris and all the other characters that he's played, and also show some of his great family memories too.
Teddy?
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing that too. Like I said, man, I told you before, Bray, I've known him since he was a little bitty baby, man. So a lot of respect for him. He was just, just a super nice guy.
All right, guys, I hate to cut us out, but the clock says we're about done here. Anything coming up for you two that we need to talk about, Teddy?
Well, before you get out, I was going to remind you of this, as we was talking earlier in the show about the language, that you're using on Raw and everything. And I think if I can go back, I think that show now, they're moving it to Netflix, right?
Yes.
Next year.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Because on Netflix, you can say that. You can do whatever you want.
And I think that's why we're going to see a lot of changes come into the wrestling programs that are going to make us go a little bit longer. But yes, I agree. By switching over to a streaming service, they have much more freedom in what they can and can't do. And most everybody is switching to streaming. So it's not a big surprise to see the changes, but it's also, to be honest with you, it's refreshing to see it because I like my wrestling with that edge. And that's what I like to see. You don't need to go overboard, but I do like edge in my wrestling.
Well, right now you're going overboard.
I know. Bill, anything coming up for you?
Edge is with another company, so you can't bring that in there.
Anything coming up for you, Bill?
Well, subscribe to my weekly newsletter on Sportskeeda. Just go to Sportskeeda/newsletter, and once a week you'll get a newsletter every day. But once a week, every Wednesday, is the one that
you're going to send me a newsletter every day.
Yes, 7 days a week. The staff of Sportskeeda writes it 6 days a week. I write the Wednesday edition. And a lot of people who like what I did back at the magazines, a lot of the elements that we had in the magazines, I'm bringing to that weekly newsletter.
Very cool. Guys, I enjoyed it. I always enjoy getting together with you, too. It's probably the best time of the week for me, so it's always fun. All right, we're out of here. I'm your host, Mac Davis. That is WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long, and, of course, pro wrestling journalist, Mr. Bill Apter. We'll see you again next week.
I'm glad they're not banning Tic Tacs. See you at the